Every day, the world pulls you in 1,000 directions, each one demanding your time, your energy, your soul. But you're not here to chase everything. You're here to conquer what matters. When you focus relentlessly on your true mission, you ignite. A power few will ever know, but if you scatter your focus, you sacrifice your potential. Will you live with purpose or get lost in the noise? Your future is being decided right now. In a few moments, you'll discover how to focus your energy only on what truly matters and eliminate everything else. Focus is your greatest power. Many people move fast in life, but very few move forward. You may be working hard, keeping busy, chasing dozens of goals at once. But ask yourself, are you advancing toward the life you truly desire, or are you just spinning your wheels? Focus is the ability to cut through the noise, to direct all your energy toward what actually moves you closer to your purpose. Without focus, even the most talented individuals scatter their power until nothing remains. Yet, when you focus, when you choose one thing, one dream, one mission, you ignite a force within you that no obstacle can withstand. Think of a magnifying glass. Scattered sunlight is harmless, but concentrated light can burn through anything. Andrew Carnegie built an empire because he learned early to put all his eggs in one basket and then watch that basket. The world conspires against your focus. Every distraction pulls at your attention until you're stretched too thin to make meaningful progress. This constant fragmentation of effort is the silent killer of dreams. Not failure, but dilution. Consider the oak tree that channels all its energy into growing deep roots before reaching skyward. It doesn't try to grow in every direction at once. Nature understands what we often forget. Greatness requires concentration of force. When you examine the lives of extraordinary achievers, artists, entrepreneurs, athletes, scientists, you'll find a common thread. They mastered the art of elimination. They knew what to ignore. They developed the courage to disappoint people in areas that didn't align with their central mission. Focus demands sacrifice. You cannot be everything to everyone. You cannot excel in every domain. The sooner you accept this truth, the sooner you'll begin to make real progress. Create systems that protect your focus. Schedule deep work sessions when nothing interrupts your flow. Establish boundaries that preserve your mental energy for what matters most. Remember that focus isn't just about work. It applies to every dimension of life. Your relationships deepen when you give undivided attention. Your health improves when you concentrate on key habits rather than trying 20 different approaches. Your spiritual growth accelerates when you commit to consistent practice. The paradox of focus is that by narrowing your path, you expand your possibilities. By doing less, you accomplish more. By simplifying, you create space for extraordinary results to emerge. You may have many interests, many talents, but will you have the courage to choose what matters most and give it everything? Or will you remain forever divided, wondering why success seems reserved for others? The decision is yours, and it begins with one word: focus. When you finally commit to channeling your finite energy toward your highest purpose, you'll discover a momentum you never thought possible. The world makes way for those who know exactly where they're going. Distraction is the enemy of destiny. You were not born to be mediocre. Deep within you lies a calling, a mission that only you can fulfill. Yet every day, countless distractions pull you away from your true path. Endless news cycles, trivial gossip, and the perpetual fear of missing out. These modern sirens fragment your focus and scatter your energy across a landscape of the inconsequential. It's not that you lack potential, it's that you're giving your precious energy to things that do not deserve it. Each minute spent scrolling through feeds, Each hour lost to mindless entertainment, each day consumed by others' priorities. These are not harmless breaks. They are quiet thieves stealing away the very life force needed to manifest your purpose. Success isn't stolen in grand gestures. It's surrendered bit by bit, day by day, to meaningless distraction. The greatest tragedy isn't failing at your dreams, but never truly pursuing them because your attention was elsewhere. Thomas Edison, with his relentless experiments, once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Abraham Lincoln, with his unwavering resolve despite overwhelming obstacles. Helen Keller, breaking through barriers of darkness and silence. What set them apart wasn't superhuman ability. It was their refusal to let distractions rule their days. They built walls around their purpose, guarding their time and attention as their most precious resources. But will you do the same? Will you continue letting the trivial rob you of the extraordinary? Every time you reach for your TV instead of your goals, every time you choose comfort over challenge, you're making a trade, and it's rarely in your favor. The most dangerous distractions aren't even entertaining. They're the comfortable routines that keep you busy enough to avoid confronting your potential. They're the reasonable voices that convince you to play it safe, to postpone your dreams for someday. They're the endless planning that substitutes for actual doing. Imagine how far you could go if you reclaimed the energy you waste today. What mountains could you climb if you channeled your scattered attention into a focused beam of intention? Would you build a business that transforms lives, write a book that changes hearts, heal relationships that matter deeply, transform your health and vitality? You already know the answer. Now act like it. This isn't about perfect productivity or joyless discipline. It's about alignment, ensuring that how you spend your moments reflects what truly matters to you. It's about recognizing that your attention isn't just something you pay, it's the currency of your life's purpose. Distraction isn't just the enemy of productivity, it's the enemy of destiny. Every great achievement in human history came from people who refused to be pulled away from their purpose. They understood that while distractions may be inevitable, surrendering to them is optional. Today, right now, you stand at a crossroads. Will you continue allowing your attention to be hijacked, your energy to be scattered? Or will you draw a line in the sand and declare, "No more. My time is too valuable, my purpose too important"? Your destiny is calling. Will you be too distracted to answer? Clarity creates power. You cannot hit a target you cannot see, and yet, so many drift through life hoping success will magically find them. Their aspirations remain vague clouds of someday and somehow, never solidifying into the concrete visions needed to guide decisive action. Hope is not a strategy. Wishing won't manifest your dreams. Only clarity followed by consistent action can do that. If you want a life of significance, you must be clear about what matters to you, crystal clear. Vague desires produce vague results. Specific, well-defined goals generate specific, measurable outcomes. This precision isn't just helpful, it's essential. The universe responds to clarity with opportunity, to confusion with chaos. What do you want? Not what should you want, not what others expect you to want, but what truly ignites your soul. When you strip away the noise of societal expectations and peer pressure, what remains? That remnant, that authentic desire, is your starting point. Name it, define it, see it in vivid detail. Who must you become? Goals aren't just about acquiring things or achievements, they're about transformation. The person who achieves great things isn't the same person who started the journey. What qualities must you develop? What skills must you master? What habits must you form? What limiting beliefs must you abandon? Your vision isn't just about changing your circumstances, it's about changing you. What price are you willing to pay? Everything valuable costs something. Time, energy, comfort, security, relationships. The question isn't whether there's a price, there always is, but whether you're willing to pay it. Many desire the destination, but refuse the journey. They want the view from the summit, but reject the climb. Clarity demands honesty about the sacrifice required. Clarity turns wishes into plans, and plans into action. When you know precisely where you're going, you can map the steps to get there. Each morning brings purpose rather than confusion. Each decision becomes simpler because it either moves you toward your vision or away from it. The fog of indecision lifts when your destination is defined. Every great achievement, from the building of the pyramids to the moon landing, began with someone daring to define their goal clearly. No monument was ever built to a vague intention. No revolution was ever sparked by an ambiguous desire. History belongs to those who knew exactly what they wanted and pursued it with unwavering focus. Andrew Carnegie didn't hope to be rich. He declared it. Thomas Edison didn't wish to illuminate the world. He committed to it with absolute clarity. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't have a vague notion. He had a dream so vivid he could articulate its every detail. These weren't just dreamers. They were visionaries who transformed their clear sight into world-changing action. Will you dare to declare your vision, or will you keep drifting, a ship without a rudder? Will you continue living reactively, responding to whatever life throws at you, or will you live proactively, guided by a clear vision of your own making? Clarity isn't just empowering, it's liberating. It frees you from the paralysis of indecision and the tyranny of others' expectations. Your future demands an answer. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. What do you truly want? Name it. See it. Declare it. The moment you achieve absolute clarity is the moment you begin to harness true power, the power to create the life you were meant to live. Say no to 1,000 things. Success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing less, better. In a world that celebrates busy schedules and endless commitments, this truth feels almost subversive. We've been conditioned to equate productivity with quantity, to measure our worth by the length of our to-do lists. But true achievement isn't found in scattered effort. It's born from focused mastery. Every yes to a distraction is a no to your destiny. This isn't mere wordplay. It's mathematical reality. Your time, energy, and attention are finite resources. Every commitment you make represents an allocation of these precious assets. When you say yes to trivial matters, you're simultaneously declining investments in what matters most. The most successful people aren't those with the most opportunities, but those with the clearest priorities. They recognize that excellence demands concentration. They understand that saying yes to everything means committing fully to nothing. They've learned that what you exclude from your life defines you, as much as what you include. You must develop the courage to disappoint others to be true to yourself. This might be the hardest lesson to internalize. We're social creatures, wired to seek approval and avoid rejection. Saying no feels uncomfortable, even painful, but living someone else's priorities guarantees you'll never fully realize your own. Sometimes, the most selfless thing you can do is to honor your calling, even when you don't need more motivation. You need clarity. You don't need more time. You need to stop wasting it. You've already got the potential. Now choose the mission. Say no to the noise. Say yes to what matters. Your life is too important to be lived distracted. Focus, because your purpose is waiting and the world is watching.